Hello again, good morning. Currently going out on a bit of a morning hike. It's currently just gone 10 to 7 in the morning. Been trying to get out for the past week. I'm currently in Didum in Turkey. It's been really hot, so trying to get out for a hike has been quite difficult. So that's why I've come out so early. I've been scouting a few little spots, set myself a couple of challenges while I've been here. So one of them is to find a bit of a place to hike. Very difficult. As you can see, it's quite flat where I am at the moment. I have found a couple of little trails, so I'm going to sort of piece them together and make it into a bit of a hike this morning, get out before it's too hot. So for anybody who's watched my videos, they know that for the past couple of weeks I've been recording videos on YouTube. I've always said this is for me, it's to document my life, gives me something to reflect on. What I have been noticing is I'm getting a lot more into looking through things like your algorithms, looking through your views, your stats and things like that. Been racking my brains over how to increase my viewers, how to increase the amount of people that are watching, subscribers, things like that. I've set myself a target. I turned 40 in 4 weeks, so I would like to get to 40 subscribers, which I know to a lot of people is a drop in the water, but I never expected any, but that's my target for the time I'm 40, so that's doubling my subscriber count that I've got at the moment. I want to try and make better quality videos. Like I said, I've been looking at the analytics and stuff, looking through how the algorithm works, and a lot of what I've noticed with the algorithm is that it doesn't really matter. It seems to change a lot. What I have noticed is that there's a lot more focus from what I've been studying on the quality of your videos and editing, changes of camera angles to keep people interested, clever little bits with your focus. So I'm going to spend a bit of time working on them areas, as well as still trying to tell my story, because I'm actually quite enjoying doing the filming, which is something I never thought I would. Hoping this morning while I'm out and about and I'm doing this little bit of a hike, I can get a nice bit of a sunrise. As you can see, the sun is coming up in the distance. Currently got wild dogs barking at me, so hopefully one of them's not going to come and bite me. But yeah, it's not a bad little spot, as you can see. Found a bit of somewhere to go. It's around the corner from a hotel. It's quite a nice little hike. So I spoke a little bit about the algorithm a minute ago and how that affects our videos. One of the key things that I've been noticing while I've been here is a big change in when people are viewing the videos. I'm getting a lot of views right away at the start. While I've been here, I'll probably get up to 50 views, and then they seem to whittle off. I did notice while using vidIQ that it was costing me, I think I paid about £10 a month for it, and I paid for it for a month. I didn't find it was giving me any real benefits, anything that would benefit from that. I found I could just get off YouTube or off Google. A lot of it was very common stuff, things that everybody just knows. I don't think, for me, it was worth the money. For you, maybe, but it's not something I'd be rushing out to do again. I have currently signed up to the premium on my editing app, which is CapCut, and I'm enjoying that a bit more. It's got a lot more features for me. Like I said, I've been looking through the algorithms on YouTube, and I can't see how knowing how they work benefit. What I found I was doing was I was putting a lot of clickbait style titles out there. A lot of my tags weren't relevant to my video, and I felt a little bit like I was selling my soul. And it's not the kind of thing I wanted to be doing. It's not the journey that I set out to do, so that is now not a part of how I'm doing my videos. I want it to be, if people want to watch them, it to be based off the quality that I'm putting out and off things being watchable. And yeah, I am going to play about with some camera angles. I'm going to play about with a bit of editing software just to try and improve what I've got, but it's still just going to be me. It's just going to be shot better. So I'm currently at the top of the first little hill. That's my hotel that you can see in the background. I'll just scroll you around, let me show you the view that we've got. And the hills you can see over in the distance over here, this is where I'll be travelling next, following round and going into the town centre over here. I've worked out you can do it all along very similar trails to what I've got here, so hopefully the water should be fairly reasonable and should be enjoyable to watch. I'd like to have a little bit more focus on the scenic side of things, which is something that's been a big part of the channel, on letting people enjoy where I've been, meeting up with subscribers, meeting up with other YouTubers, other like-minded people, bringing them out on hikes with me, and just enjoying myself, because that's what it was set out to do, and that's what I want. I'd like to continue to work on my confidence, more so in front of the camera than anything, and working on being able to talk more freely while there's other people about. It's gone beyond now just being something to just record my life. It's something my grandkids can look back on, something, well, when I've got them, something my kids can look back on. It's just something that I'm really enjoying doing, and it's getting me out more, and I'm doing more. And it's been one of them things, as much as I've been away this week, getting a video out has been in the back of my mind all week, and how can I do that? And I don't want to not do, because I promised myself that I would do it every week. And I'm not obviously working at the moment because I'm on holiday, but it was a big thing I wanted to do, and it was like, how do I get a video out with somewhere that inherently in the area I am isn't overly hilly. It's not the kind of watts I'm massively used to, but I've made it work. And I'm quite proud of myself for that. So obviously my next video I'm going to try and hopefully find something either camping or hiking related that I can, you know, give a bit of a review on, maybe take out when I get back into England and test out properly. And I also wouldn't mind doing a review on my current hiking shoes. These are the actual shoes that I'm using at the moment. I've got boots as well, but I switched to barefoot about 8 months ago. I had a lot of problems with my knees. They would absolutely cripple me. I got to the point that I wasn't going to hike anymore because I just could not walk down hills. My back was really bad. Like I stated before, I'm quite a heavy bloke. I'm 21 stone. I am working on it, but you know, it's not a small task. I've let myself get like that. I will get my weight back down. It is what it is. But that does take its toll on your joints. And I'm not saying that barefoot are be all and end all. I'm not saying that they are the best thing in the world, but I've got benefits and there's negatives that I've seen, but I will discuss that more when I review the shoes. Hopefully I'll get that out while I'm here. If not, I'll put a bit of footage in from while I'm here, and I'll finish the recording when I get home in a week. But yeah, a lot of stuff, a lot of ideas I've got going in the future. And I think if there's one thing I can ask anybody to do, and I'm going to put a shameful plug in here, but please just, if you can, just drop a like, drop a subscribe for me, share the video if you like the content I'm putting out. It really helps. Like I said, I'd like to get to 40 subscribers by the time I hit 40 in about 3.5 weeks. That's my target. If I can get beyond that, that'd be brilliant. If I don't get to it, it's no hardship. I'll keep working on it, but I understand that things are difficult for people who are new. I am still learning. I know that not all of my content put out is going to be for everybody. One thing I've learned is that if I put videos out that are solely about mental health, they don't get a great deal of views. It doesn't seem to be something that people want to watch. I'm not going to cut them out of my videos, but what I am going to do is not do sole mental health videos. I'm going to spend a little bit more time concentrating on the hiking and wild camping side, which is the main focus of what I want to be recording and what I want to be creating. And I'll just have bits of talks about my mental health and with other people during that. Another thing that I've been noticing is how the YouTube shorts work seem to be a little bit bizarre. I've put well-edited shorts out. I did one earlier this week, and I know that it's hitting a different audience, but it took about 9 hours to film. It was all time-lapsing the sunrise and the sunset put together. I think that got in total about 50 views as a short, which, as you all know, for a short is quite pitiful. Whereas at the same scale, I put a short out which was literally just a picture of my rucksack about 3 weeks ago, and that's currently hovering at about 800 views, which to me is bonkers, but once again it's hitting that target audience. And I think a big part of it is with the shorts you're hitting the youth, whereas the longer videos it tends to be more aimed at a more niche market, aimed more at my subs and at the people that have chosen to watch the videos rather than those who it just appears on the timelines of. I am still going to continue to put shorts out, but I'm going to try and link a lot more of my shorts to my bigger videos. The pain with that is obviously the camera angle, because my big videos are shot in landscape and it wants you to use portrait for shorts, which is ludicrous in my opinion, but that's YouTube. It wants to pretend to be TikTok. There's not a great deal we can do about that. If it means there's going to be the odd bit of shooting footage twice, then I'll have to shoot some bits of footage twice. But that is what it is. So it seems to have found a bit of a beach that I didn't know was here. So we'll go down and we'll have a bit of an explore of that. Not 100% sure I'm going to get down. The path is very screedy, a bit on the sketchy side. I'm going to try and record most of it just in case I fall, because that'd be pretty funny. But yeah, we'll see how we go. So, doesn't look like a fell coming down it, which is a blessing on me, but I suppose a pity on you lot who probably want to see me fall. Just found one of wild cats walking down the beach. I think he's hunting for fish by the looks of things. Yeah, I haven't seen any bugs in the time that I've been here, but this beach is absolutely crawling with sandflies. I am getting eaten alive at the minute. So, I'm going to work my way across it and get off it as quick as I can, I hope, because this is not pleasant. There's some cool stuff on it though. Found windsurfing shack, so I hope it's not somebody's personal and somebody's going to shoot me or something, but hey ho, we'll carry on. I can see the path that I want to get to, so I don't know how I've deviated, but hopefully we'll get to that. So it turns out I did know which beach this was because I've been to this one. I've just came in from a different angle. I didn't actually know it was full of so many sandflies. I didn't see them last time. I think for at least the next part of this video, I'm going to try and leave the camera front facing. I might even put a bit of a time lapse in as the sun's just peeking out over the top of them hills in Turkey. So it might be quite a nice little bit of a visual for everybody. So like I said, moving forward, there's a few different things that I want to do on the channel. There's things I've got planned. I'd like at some stage to do some giveaways, but I know they're very hit and miss with people. I know there's a lot of other YouTubers and people that I watch that have had a lot of grief off people, a lot of people trolling them over the fact that they're giving stuff away to buy subscribers. And I'm not saying that I wouldn't be doing the same, but I think people need to understand that if people are putting their hand in their own pocket and they're giving you something for free, that it's, what harm is it in expecting a couple of people to like the video or a couple of people to subscribe to it? And like I said, I know that people don't like that, but it is what it is. It's part of YouTube, and you can get people for some things for free. Like I've got, for me, some challenge videos I want to do. So I'd like to do like the Temu challenge and an AliExpress challenge. I'd like to do an under £150 full setup, including bag and everything. But I don't need any of this gear. I'm never going to use any of it again. So why not give it away to somebody who's starting out? And for me, I'd probably be asking for similar sort of subscribers. So I'm not asking for loads, but if I was to say spend £150 on gear, then I don't think asking for 150 subscribers in total, which wouldn't even get me monetized, is too much to ask for. And the same with a lot of people. I don't even think that the raffles are that much of a bad idea. I do get the people profiting off them, but the money that people make with YouTube is peanuts. Like, this is from somebody who's non-monetized, who doesn't earn anything off it, but it is people I speak to who do earn. It's little to nothing. I'd just like to point out, while I'm prattling on, what I've just been walking along, because that is pretty steep, and there's not much of a path, but it is what it is. Sunset's looking nice though. But yeah, I do think it's something that people need to be mindful of, is just because somebody who you watch, who takes time out of their lives to create something that you find entertaining, wants to make money off it, shouldn't be a bad thing. If these people aren't making money, if these people can't make a living off it, these people can't produce the content that you want. And the best content are from people who do this for a living. They don't have, sorry, I'm trying to get the sun setting as well, sun rising. It's for people who don't have a second job. YouTube is their only job and they need the money. So just lay off people a little bit. If they're putting raffles out there, then let them do it. They're giving stuff away for free, let them do it. There's no harm in it. And instead of being bitter about people doing it, especially with the freebie stuff, enter it, try and win it. You don't want it, give it to somebody who needs it. You know, there's plenty of people out there who's starting out, there's plenty of people out there who are homeless, who could do with these things. Give it to them. You know, these people doing no harm, leave them to it. Like I said, I don't care. I know people are going to get bitter when I give stuff away. Let them do it. It's not going to stop me. I'm still going to do the same. Once I've got stuff that I don't need, what's the point in me keeping it if I don't need it? So I may as well offer it out to subscribers once I've got some more and let them enjoy it. This is one thing I've seen a lot of since I've been here. There's a lot of these little areas. They're quite cool to see at night. You get a lot of the older locals all sat down together, all having a beer. The sad thing is they've clearly, because I don't know if they follow the same rules here, never heard of leave no trace. There is literally thousands and thousands of cigarette ends on the floor here. Thousands of them. So I've just hit the centre now. I'll show you where I've come from. So I started off technically over this direction, which is where my hotel is. I've walked across, back of myself, up to the top of this peak, round the other side, which is where I started the video, come back round, gone right inland over here, right round here. This is where that beach was, this direction. Come back through on this top peak, right back down, come along this way, and then come straight into the centre. So there's not a great deal extra now I can show you. I'll show you some trawlers coming in and the last of the sunrise. Only a short walk, because all that there is around here. It's currently 7:45, so that was about an hour's walk. I think it says I've done just short of 4,000 steps, which is about 1.5 miles, I think. So it's not the biggest of walks. It'll be about 3 miles by the time we get back. I'm not going to film the walk back because you've all already seen what it is, and I'm probably going to walk back along the road just because it's a little bit easier. And like I said before, once I hit that beach, it was full of sandflies, and I've had them for about the past mile, so I've been absolutely bit to shreds. So I'm going to stick to the road where there isn't any. As you can see, the trawlers are all still coming in that way. Can't use the mirror mode on my phone. Been watching them every morning come in. It's quite cool seeing the difference between the ones that have clearly got fish on them and the ones that haven't, because the ones that have got fish have got stacks and stacks of seagulls behind them, and then sadly some of them come back with 2 or 3 seagulls, so they've obviously had a bit of a rough night. But yeah, it's been quite entertaining while I've been here, watching them coming in and out every night and every morning. But yeah, from me, that's it. I will catch you when I eventually drop another one in a bit.